theater company. What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say some things. What we're doing, we're reading George Corbin's play. Anyway, wrong kind of people. And there is Mr. George Corbin.
There we go. We're at the Guardian Hotel. Okay? This is a hotel room in the Guardian Hotel. This is obviously a bed, a table, and a chair. This is a table and a chair. This is the bathroom.
Okay.
This is a window.
Okay.
And this is Melon Poppins, The Wrong Kind of People, by George Corbin.
We don't get many customers here at the Guardian. And like I said, the Negro room.
I see what you mean. Is there another one, or is this the only one?
The hotel only needs one Negro room. For insurance.
You can put my books on the dresser, my suitcase on the bed.
No folks must have a lot of money for you to rent a room at the Negro room, have a room.
Not really. By the way, what did you mean by insurance?
Well, this is supposed to be a non-segregated hotel. And whenever colored one check in here at the Guardian, we show them this room. Get it? Negro room.
Do all big hotels have a Negro room?
It depends if the owners are crackers or not. I mean, they don't have nothing down in writing, and they don't have no meeting how to keep colors off the premise. The Guardian has always been that way, except every now and then someone like you show up.
So what did your hotel manager say when you asked him why they would,
Where you been living, man?
This is Los Angeles, 1942, the Guardian Hotel.
There's no difference, it's just like the South. They just hiding more here in the land of Hollywood.
It's no dial tone.
It don't work. It's a part of the Negro room.
I see.
It can get really warm down here sometime during the summer. Now, 1 week in 22, it got so hot I had to put a bucket of ice in every room. But it's going to be pretty comfortable now because of this time of year. Now, there is no view. It's just a brick wall across the way.
I mean, I guess I can't complain about the room being too noisy. No traffic sounds. I don't really need a view.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but if you needed a room, why didn't you just go to the dumb bar? I mean, it's cheaper. It's only $2 a night, not like these $5 a night you pay here, and it's all color. It's under the staff and the guests are color, and there's no Negro room.
I have to take the California bar exam next Monday. The exam center's pretty close, it's over at UCLA. Also, a couple of my fellow law students are planning on checking in tomorrow. We're gonna get together in a day or so to review our notes.
White Negro students?
Yup, only one Negro in my whole class is Southwestern. That's me.
You know, I had me a lawyer once. Now he charged more than them high-class ladies that visited the penthouse suite.
High-class ladies?
Oh, don't take it offense, cuz. But don't you know that about those fine women who can make a man's evening a lot of fun, with money? I mean, we got the high yellow ones and the white girls, too. When you have a good time, you damn right.
Oh, of course, prostitutes.
We don't use that word now.
But you said they'll make...
These are women that I know. They're kind of like business partners, if you might say.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You planning on being a good lawyer?
I intend on becoming a good attorney.
Well, the first thing you need to know, young man, is that some white folks who check into a fancy hotel like the Guardian, they expect for colored bellmen to be able to find them certain things for them besides the ladies.
Illegal things, I presume?
So maybe yes, but maybe no. I mean, look, I got something for you. Here is a little shiny quarter. Right there.
What's this for?
So you can't say anything to nobody about what I'm going to tell you. You're going to be my lawyer for a little bit.
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, the lawyer downtown at the courthouse said once the lawyer take your money, he can't say nothing to nobody. He said it's called protective conversation.
Yeah, but I'm not an attorney yet. I have to pass the bar.
But don't make no difference. You've been in law school.
You know, I can go to jail for practicing without a license.
Oh, don't worry. Besides, the big house not that bad.
Okay, I'll listen. That's it. Not offering any legal advice.
It's like this. Now, later tonight, you're going to hear a knock on your window there.
What?
And I'll give you $1 to open your window for whoever knocks. What about that?
I don't know. I mean, that sounds kind of illegal.
Oh, no.
What if somebody at the hotel should find out?
Oh, no. Just think of the room as the entertainment interest. Oh, come on, man. What do you say? I give you $2.
$2?
I lay those $2 in your hand tonight when all the entertainment is over.
It's about what I used to make in one night working the evening shift.
Yes, that's real good money.
I was thinking 3 nights, that could cover one.
Oh, nice try, lawyer. One entertainment night a week.
What's all this entertaining about?
You know, you asked a lot of questions.
That's what they train us to do in law school.
If you say so. But I need to know my lawyer's name first. What they call you?
I'm Theo. Theo Rollins. How does my window even...
Oh, they need someone to arrange stuff.
Okay, and I assume you get some sort of fee, right?
You too.
How much? I'm just, asking out of a matter of curiosity.
Of course, it depends.
You sound like the attorney.
Oh, tonight is going to be a little busy. A big night, that's why it's got to be right.
And what's this big night all about?
Well, let me put it this way. If my shit works, I'm going to be out of this. Oh, yes, sir. No, sir. I take your bags right to your room, sir. And thank you for the tip, sir, while I shine my big black smile. The less you know, the better it'll be. It's, let's say if you don't know nothing, then you can tell the police. You don't know nothing.
The police? Why do you think they'll believe me?
Oh, no offense. But you one young, innocent-looking colored boy. You could come from one of them small hick towns. And those thick glasses kind of help too. And then you got to ask a lot of questions.
I tried to enlist in the army, but they wouldn't take me due to poor eyesight.
Oh, let me see those. Whoa! Oh, the army enlistment people sure made the right decision. I'm too old for the army myself, but I have a young brother stationed in Australia, and he's like a quartermaster platoon, whatever that is,
Okay, so you want me to play the role of the window man?
I hadn't thought of it that way, but the window man, that's a good name.
So who's your usual window man?
What do you mean?
So why do you need me tonight?
Okay. See, normally, I get off around 7 and I hang around to take care of the business by myself. But the desk manager told me I had to stay for another shift due to the Guardian being full and shit, and that fucking Leroy didn't show up.
I was fine using the law library to study, but It was my mom that said I should come here and emulate the rich white kids that joined in here to study for the exam.
Emulate? Emulate means to do what the other guy does, right?
Yeah.
How your mama know about emulating shit?
My mom, she works for a white attorney. He's his housekeeper. He told her all about his preparation for the bar exam.
Oh, I got it. Like boss, like son. You can get to earn a little extra money while studying.
I guess so. I mean, I suppose a little extra studying can make a difference. Last year, only 55% of people passed the bar exam. If I fail, I gotta wait a whole another year before I can take it over again.
Oh, you won't pass. But I gotta get back. The guest manager's a real cracker. And where's my children?
Here.
Oh, quarter. Now, a good lawyer knows good service when they see it, and my hotel customers too. That's why they call me Fix It, better than calling me Fuck It Up. They expect for me to take care of all of the shit they don't like to deal with. The regulars call me that, and I get bigger tips. My name is Rodney, by the way. Just call me Fix It like everybody else. And I need to get that bit going. You can get to your books and learn, study, and should be nice and quiet until about 9. By 9. And just let them in, and I'll stop by later.
Where's my $2, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. As I said, I got something big cooking tonight.
You know what? Maybe you should write that down, like, in a contract.
Hey, man, you said no. You was no lawyer yet. Things done around here is on a handshake. Don't need no contract. We colors got to learn how to trust each other. You should have asked me if I needed a lawyer for any legal stuff. Always ask. You never know who's gonna be your customer. See you later now.
I get along with Fix It, I'm going to get a piece of my life. I'm supposed to look from a very you had me come in. Oh, my goodness. Then stop before I who are you, boy?
I'm, Theo. Fix It asked me to let you in.
Did he say anything to you about me?
No, only to let you in and for you to remain here until he comes back. You just missed him.
Here, this is the agreed upon amount somewhere here in my pocket. The agreed upon amount, $10.
Yeah, I'll make sure to give it to him when he comes by.
You his boy?
What makes you think that, sir?
Well, I get the impression that Mr. Fix-It is not the kind of man who trusts just anyone with his money, just from what I understand. That $10 probably represents a week's take-home pay for a bellman. You know, the jails are filled with colored men serving time for absconding with much, much less, I will tell you. That much I know.
Maybe they needed a better lawyer.
Well, I'm not an asshole!
Judge Purdy?
How did you know my name?
You spoke to our graduating class last month about how the war will affect civil law.
I don't recall any Negro students at my lecture.
I was there, sir. The only one.
Well, why are you the ones who welcome me to this waiting room for purgatory?
Well, I'm actually preparing for the bar, sir. It's next week.
Ah, I can see you by the book here. Well, if you are truly an alumnus of my university, you should pass the bar without any difficulties, unless, of course,
Unless what, sir?
well, it is known among my legal constituency that some Negro law students are admitted despite the fact that they went to a less than adequate Negro university. Why, you ask? I will tell you. Some strange, preposterous notion that we need to balance the scales for some ancient injustice.
I wouldn't know about that, sir. I graduated from USC.
USC? USC, huh? Well, they must be making some attempt to duplicate the demographics of Los Angeles that they were doing USC. And in what subject was your best grade?
In law school?
Of course, law school. Why would I ask you about nursery school? What is wrong with this young man?
Trial practice.
Ah, you wish to be a litigator, see?
Yes, sir.
Well, and what was your worst? And a good attorney would have anticipated that question.
Actually, I had moot court, sir.
Ah, instructing your arguments, eh? Well, I would suggest that you atias trepe, study your stage fright. I bet you get a little tongue-tied when you address a practice jury.
I mean, I did well in all my other discovery, witness prep, and...
Oh, but you want to try cases, do you? Serago Carceneum, sway the jury with your confident delivery.
Yes, sir, of course.
Well, you should study Sir Winston Churchill, and not that womanizing Roosevelt. Take a look at how that little cigar-smoking short Brit would sit there and be a statesman, even as England was being bombarded by the Krauts.
I mean, President Roosevelt's a great...
Berestorke!
What's
He's
that?
nothing but a 60-year-old randy rooster, that one, and not a person you should be emulating by any means, young man. I have it on good authority of my Republican congressional associates that he's quite the womanizer, yes? What harem he has developed, I understand.
I heard about your extensive knowledge of Latin.
I suppose that was in my bibliography?
Actually, no, sir, it wasn't. I looked it up after your speech.
Lecture, not speech. And why would you do that?
I just wanted to know a little more about your Latin background.
Bobastercus!
What does that mean?
It's Latin for bullshit. I bet they didn't teach you that one in school.
No, sir. I actually attended Bishop O'Hara Catholic School.
Oh, Catholic school. That explains a lot. Well, when I was a child, my parents took me to Italy. And I saw the word parite carved in the stone that was outside of the ruins of a house that had been destroyed by Mount Vesuvius. Vesuvius. But you know the ones I'm talking about. At any rate, the tour guide took great pride in telling me the word parite meant fuck off. It was right then and there that I decided I would master Latin.
Well, I was about...
Oh, shit, man. You gotta keep the door closed. Because the customer, we gotta... Good evening, Professor.
Yeah, your young friend seems to know my name.
I wasn't expecting you, sir, around 10 o'clock this evening, sir.
Faces! In which den of lust doth this Lothario reside? And I warn you that withholding critical evidence is a criminal law of the fencing.
But nobody looking out on you, Judge. I mean, holding out. He always checks in late, around 9 or so, and goes right to the room. And Miss Purdy, she comes a little late and she sneaks up to join him. They don't always get the same room. It depends on how full the hotel is.
Don't try to pull a fast one on me. You told me that they nest in room 716.
Yes, at the end of the hall, son, not the elevator. Walk into folks right they might see there.
Yeah, quiet for two. That way Claudia can moo as loud as she wants as she's performing that most ancient of extramarital rituals. Fucking.
What's all about?
No, ex parte, in the face of it. It appears that Mrs. Purley is violating her marriage vows here at the Guardian on a regular basis. I'm going to catch them tonight. Flagrante! With the help of Mr. Fixit here. Where is it?
Oh, right here, sir. January 18, year of old reserve. Nothing but the best scotch for you, sir.
Yeah, your money's over there.
Oh, very good. Very good tip, sir. Very good.
Well, where is my glass? You certainly don't expect me to drink this nectar of the gods from the bottle, do you?
Oh, I get it, sir. I just go right over there and I get it.
No. Let my law student get it. Law student, get me a glass. Are you sure that my wife is going to show up? Only agreed to help you with your nefarious taxi scheme if you help. Yes.
The first Friday of the month. He's been coming here for the last 4 months, Judge. Now,
Yes, I know. She always says to me, Alvin, you never remember. I play canasta with the girls the first Friday of every month. She better show up.
He's got a dog. Dog is a man's best friend. I mean, in a certain situation, I think it's better to take the bullets out. Don't want no accident. That crazy old white man said he just wants to catch his wife and he's doing it up and down without shooting her. And he might do it. He's drunk and he's angry as a hornet. Next thing they will be putting it on me. No, I can't have that. So, get down.
What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? What are you up to?
Oh, nothing, Judge. Your coat fell on the floor, sir, and I was just putting it back on the chair. And you want me to get you some coffee, sir?
Is it help suggesting that I'm inebriated?
No. You just seem a little tired, Judge.
Yes, some coffee would be in order. And leave my bag alone.
Yes. The front desk manager probably looking for me, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
He's a slick one, that fellow. I bet he could sell ice to the Eskimos. You like his music, do you?
What do you mean, Judge?
What do I mean? Duke Ellington, do you like his music?
I guess so.
You guess so?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best big band leaders.
I thought that all Negroes were born with an appreciation for jazz. The Duke is the best.
Yeah, most Negroes love his music. It's great for dancing.
Well, speaking of dancing, I had the distinct pleasure of dancing to the music of Mr. Ellington and an orchestra in better days, right here in Los Angeles. Have you heard of the Palm Bay Club?
Yeah, it's over in Beverly Hills.
Yes, that's the one. I spoke with Mr. Ellington there. He had a very big smile, lots of teeth. But as a former prosecutor and a Superior Court judge, one gets a knack for recognizing when someone is not revealing that part of their persona that they don't want you to see.
So, what do you think Mr. Ellington was hiding, Judge?
Well, you know, I do read the Negro newspaper, the Sentinel. You people seem to think you have unique issues. Anyway, Mr. Ellington is very careful when he speaks with his white admirers that he doesn't reveal too much of his true personality. I don't understand it, but then again, I guess he thought it would be bad for the big band business. But entertainers do have to be a wee bit careful, especially the Negro ones, yes, and Jews. Immobilis! And before you ask, that is Latin for the art of self-preservation.
Was,
Oh, speak up. Catus Gatonicus? That's mock Latin for cat got your tongue. Speak up. A judge appreciates clarity, counselor.
was one of those issues that you're referring to relating to the sale of the house and returning the money?
Are you talking about a Caucasian property owner inadvertently selling their property to Malum Populus?
This term I know, Judge. It means the wrong kind of people.
Ah, you do know some Latin then, do you? Yes, it's clearly written that a white homeowner has no obligation to sell his property to the wrong kind of people. Yes, yes. Negroes, Orientals. Learned men knew the importance of the racial covenant.
Well, my mother knows several Negro families who would like to buy a nice house in nice neighborhoods rather than renting from the Japanese who were sent away to camps. Sir, don't you feel perhaps...
We are not talking about feelings here, young man. Counsel, we are talking about the law. Have you ever given thought of what would happen to a Caucasian neighborhood if there was no racial covenant?
Well,
Well, what about you? What would you feel if some enterprising businessman bought the house next door to you and turned it into a house of ill repute?
Judge, that's not the same.
Lambda savanta savanda.
What's that?
Agreements must be kept. They are the foundation of property and contract law. And goddamn marriage vows. Where the fuck is Fix-It?
It seems like he's trying his best to try to, keep us all...
Pleasing, yes. God's assignment to the colored Negro race. You always aim to please. Ha! Expose! You should see your face, counselor. You're going to have to learn to develop a poker face. Otherwise, the opposing attorney will have a big advantage over you in court. Your Caucasian opponent.
Do you really feel like...
It's another part of the lesson. I have seen it happen to a good Negro lawyer in my very courtroom.
And I'm sure you manage your court with an eye towards maintaining a high standard on the part of the attorneys.
A wee bit too much honey in that statement, counselor. Yes, if you are going to try to get on the good side of a superior court judge, you need to be more subtle. It takes practice.
Can I ask you another question, Judge?
Make it a worthy inquiry.
Do you feel like the covenant will ever be overturned?
Well, you will have to ask those who laugh at us mere mortals from a high on Mount Olympus. As far as I'm concerned, this is the only spirit with whom
Oh, who's there? Let me in. I have news for the judge. Judge.
What is it?
Judge. He just checked in. But you sure you don't?
Odiamate, I hate and I love. How can I do most, you might ask? I do not know, but that's what I feel, and this is torture. The great Roman poet Callus said that a long time ago. Mr. Fix-It, where is he?
Look what I got, Judge.
What's that for?
You can catch him with this camera stuff. Take a picture. You don't have to shoot.
So you're aware of my defensive weapon, huh? Well, you may not believe it, but I am no Jack Dempsey. If that young buck turns to fisticuffs, I figure that I'll just take this gun and I will wave it around a bit to scare him off.
If someone sees you with the gun, Judge, they'll call the hotel security or the cops. That won't be good.
Do not underestimate my nocturnal skills. What room is their fine feathered nest?
Oh, this time in suite 733, right at the end of the hall.
No one shall deny me of my Second Amendment rights.
Please, Judge, don't take the gun, Judge. Please. Oh, he's sauce.
Why don't you try to take the revolver from him? You think that stop you?
Oh, right now I got too much on my tablet and to piss the judge off, and he won't have my. Oh, never mind. Besides, he got the camera. Remember, the judge is real smart. He's a judge. He can't risk his job and all. He ain't going to shoot nobody.
You sure?
He'll take a picture.
You sure? I mean, the judge is pretty saucy.
Oh, you going to make me give back that water?
Wait a minute. I forgot what to do if they don't open the door.
Judge, you just stand near the elevator. Just pretend you're waiting for somebody. The guy usually orders room service for one, champagne and maybe some oxygen. And when the food is delivered, wait until he leaves the room. They'll think he's the waiter and he forgot something. And have your camera judge, not your gun. Don't want to shoot.
You better be right.
Did you have to say shoot?
Oh, don't worry, he ain't falling down drunk yet.
You sure you shouldn't try to get him to change his mind and take a cab home or something?
And that'd make me the crazy one.
Oh no, I mean, he might be happy if you're helping him from doing something he might regret.
Oh, well, let's continue your education, Lord. Now first, I don't think the judge ever been completely sober, and he's not exactly the grateful type. You know what I mean? And you don't want to cross him. He hides behind that road while spouting the legal words, and then he just goes right on out and
Glad you. You seem to know a lot about him.
yeah, you could say that.
Did he ever sentence you?
I never said that.
You said I'm your attorney.
I ain't met nobody who doesn't have secrets. Bet you have some too. It's no big deal.
I mean, a little mix-up doesn't usually land you in some...
Okay. You're supposed to be my lawyer. Believe in my version.
Okay, then what's your version?
You really want to know?
Of course.
I bet you decided to be a big-time lawyer when you were just a little pup.
Well, actually, I was 14. I wanted to save people's dreams, you know? I happened to be with my mother who took Mrs. Greenberg her food after church. When she was sitting at the kitchen table with a white man, who I later find out was a retired attorney. And he would help people out, and Mrs. Greenberg, she was really crying because, you know, she thought she was going to lose her house to someone. And just like that, I saw the lawyer turn Mrs. Greenberg's tears of joy, her tears of happiness, into tears of joy. Just like that. I was 14.
And here I am, more halfway to the finish line. I haven't done shit. Nothing wrong with being a bellman. Put food on the table and it pays the rent. Lots of colored men do this job. Like those Pullman porters on the train. But they call us bellmen because we all come running when the desperate ring that little fucking bell. Can you believe they can train little white rats to do that same thing and even make them piss when they hear that? Now I heard some college lawyers, young college boys, talking about how they even made them piss when they rang that bell. Do I look like some big damn white rat?
No.
That's got me to thinking about getting the fuck out of the garden. Because not to become a free slave, to become a free slave. If I fuck up, and I don't get to blame nobody but myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Start asking the white carriers out in front of the taxi business. They all said people are cutting down on driving their cars and taking taxes more due to the war. The gas rationing, and all that. They also said there was parts of the city they ain't servicing. You can guess what that meant. And that got me real thinking about the colored churches, the barber shop, the beauty parlor, the nightclub, those certain parts we might appreciate having a reliable colored cab company. My coffee colored cab company.
I hope your dream comes true.
Oh, it takes more than hope. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan. And you gotta know when to lay it all on the line. Now most they think about something. Now I'm not gonna be one of those old heads hanging at the barber shop telling lies. Oh, I could've. Oh yeah, I could. Not me. I'm gonna work out a deal with Spider, and he wants a coke game. He used the window to come in. Now you can't, I gave him all the dough because there's a big game tonight with guys with some real money. And Spider's good. He's real good. I'm planning to go home tomorrow morning with the money I need to buy all those calves I told you about.
You're willing to risk all your savings on one poker game?
Oh, got to make things happen. You can't wait any longer.
Why the urgency?
That's my daddy and my older brother called the early bus to heaven.
What are you getting at?
They all died of a heart attack before they turned 60. That ain't good odds for this here 52-year-old colored man. So the first thing I had to do was to learn how to teach myself how to drive.
You didn't know how to drive?
Oh, lots of folks think a grown man who don't know how to drive is worse than a man who can't get his dick up. Nobody had a car when I was young. We took the trolleys, we took the bus, and we walked. Same today. And that's how I met the judge.
Judge Purdy taught you how to drive.
Oh no, man. I decided to teach myself how to drive. Now it looked easy. I needed a car to practice on somewhere private to get the feel of it. Now Reverend Buck would leave his old Buick in the church parking lot at night and hide the keys under the front tire. Now I practiced in the dark late after midnight. Never turned the lights on. I started to get pretty good at it too. And so I decided that I was going to drive on a real street. There I was, driving down Elm Street when this old white cop asked me to pull over. I rolled my window down and he said, "You been driving, boy, drunk?" And I said, "No, sir, I ain't drunk. I ain't had no whiskey tonight." He then asked me why you driving without your lights on? I couldn't think of a good answer, so I leaned out the window and I said, "Sir, officer, I don't need no lights, sir. Bright moon tonight." Next thing he asked me was for my driver's license. Then he hauled my ass off to jail. In the morning, I'm in court being charged with stealing Reverend Buttles' beard.
Judge Purdy's court.
You got it, but I got my license, though. Got my license. Took me a while. Got my license.
But
Judge Purdy thought I was well, sizable. Yeah, that's it. Now, so I kind of owe him a favor after that.
that doesn't really sound like the judge.
Judge is different when he's on the way. Look, I gotta get back, or they'll be sending someone to look for me. I'll check back.
I think you made a mistake.
Who are you? You a cop?
No? Why would you ask that?
You didn't answer my question. Are you a cop?
No, I'm not a cop. How many colored officers do you know in downtown?
Let me see your jacket.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a badge.
I'm not a cop.
Not all police officers tell the truth, you know. White or color.
Well, I don't know.
What kind of colored man in Los Angeles doesn't know that? You've been living on the moon.
No, just law school. It's the same thing.
You look like a college boy.
I'm not that young. Like I said, I just graduated from law school. And I'm preparing to take the bar exam.
Oh, that explains the looks.
You never explained why you got...
Oh, don't worry your head about that. Where's Fix?
Oh, he said he'd be back shortly. For anyone who comes in...
Oh, I know Fix's rules.
I'm, Theo Rollins.
Max. Yeah. I'm one of the girls who entertain the rich white men up in the penthouse. They like to have pretty girls around them, dance with, and laugh at all their corny jokes. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, Fix had sort of mentioned that.
I bet he did.
Hey, why are you dressed in a Salvation Army uniform?
Allows me to move around the hotel a little bit. A Mexican girl who can...
¿Conoces algunos hombres que son ricos que hablan inglés?
What you say to me?
College Spanish. I asked if you knew any rich white men who spoke Spanish. You know, you don't really look Mexican. You kind of look like my cousin Stella.
So what if I am a colored girl?
Just, why did they call you Mex?
Because high yellow girls can pass for Mexican, and they can and the upstairs customers think they don't care. Get it?
Oh.
Oh. I see you two have gotten acquainted. Don't start playing with the text mix. Theo mix. The spy ain't here yet? Damn. Maybe he used the interest, the side interest.
I'll let him know you're looking for him when he shows up.
Okay, you do that. Hey, this is a door lock. Please use a door lock. There's a lot going on tonight, and I can't afford having things screw up because the wrong people see you guys.
Oh, damn it! I forgot to ask Fix-It if any of my regulars asked for me.
Who's Spider?
Schultz. We call him Spider. He's another one of Fix-It's cronies. A white guy who runs the poker games on the weekends. A real jerk.
What makes him a jerk?
I refer to Mr. Schultz in that manner because based on personal experience, he's one conniving, low-down snake. Now let's just leave it at that.
You know, you mentioned your customers. You know, they could also be called clients, too. Clients or customers, it's pretty much the same thing. The recipients of goods or services in exchange for monetary consideration.
Oh, I think I'm going to use client from now on. That sounds classier somehow.
So you get a tip at the end of your party from your date?
I can't reveal that to nobody but my lawyer. That could be considered illegal.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't...
Oh, no, you meant it. Yes, you did. You're just like all the other men.
I can assure you I'm not like all the others.
Okay, maybe you're different. Like my dad.
My father was too. Damn. You'd think 3 years after he passed, I would be over mourning his loss. Every now and then, you know, something comes up.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, money changes everything.
It certainly does. Oh, listen to me, I sound like Fix-It. Now, if they had rich white ladies up there in that penthouse, and they wanted a chocolate man to dance with that stuff, you'd measure up.
What do you mean?
There. Without these Coke bottle glasses, you all right.
I need my glasses. Please.
No. All right.
A fair black
You probably should close that window.
Sure. Oh my goodness, I think I killed him.
How do you know it's a him?
Because a girl sparrow wouldn't be dumb enough to get herself trapped inside of a hotel room.
You had good intentions. Oh, so you're Catholic?
Oh no, it just seemed appropriate. Now, I know you know there's a lot more than dancing going on upstairs. And you're wondering how I ended up a penthouse girl, right? Pretty girl is assaulted by her high school drama coach back in Macon, Georgia. Parents don't believe her. She takes the first bus out of town heading west, ends up in Los Angeles, falls in with an older roommate who says she can make a little extra money as a date. I believe the only date part at first, then slid down the slippery slope. That's it.
I'm sorry.
I never told anybody that before. Hard to believe these nails used to be covered in grease and motor oil. My dad taught me how to work on the tractor back on our farm, and my mother taught me how to knit. My family legacy.
Maybe...
I wrote my parents. I let them know I was living out here in Los Angeles. They wrote back asking for forgiveness, and now they're planning to move out here. I told them I had a job as a secretary. I need to find an honorable job, but I have a record, so... You're a real lawyer, right?
Well, I just graduated, but I have to pass the bar exam before I can practice.
I'm on probation for attempted assault, and I need that to get that.
For what?
So one of my clients said something horrible to me, so I came after him with these.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that got a big O. See, I need these to knit. Sometimes when things get slow, it helps me to... So what he said was, he said I was a twofer.
Oh, huh?
See, okay, it happened like this. I'm walking down the street by an upscale restaurant on Wilshire, And this creep Donald, he rushes up to me and he tells me he wants me to introduce to a couple of his friends on the up and up. I reluctantly go in. Wrong decision. 2 of his white buddies are at the table. Then he proceeds to introduce me as a twofer. They can fuck a Mexican and a nigga at the same time for the same amount. His friends started to laugh, and then until I went out and with these. They pulled me out before I could do any real damage, so.
Did they assign you an attorney? A public defender?
Who's there?
Who do you think? Fix it! They got me running around like a chicken being chased by a farmer's wife. I didn't even have time to check up on the judge. Where's Spider? And before you ask, you gotta ask, nobody asking you. Anything happened while I was gone?
Nothing?
You sure?
Yeah, but I'm not sure I want to go upstairs tonight.
Did you tell her she
No, can't a colored girl just change her mind? I just pay no finder's fee, that's all.
That's true, but who's that?
One who returns victorious.
Oh.
What Leviticus has prescribed for the adulterer, the interloper is dead.
What did you do? What did you do, Judge? You said you wasn't gonna shoot nobody. Miss Purple, what did the judge do?
No, I did not assist the poacher in leaving his earthly realm.
Stop it! You could have hurt these people.
Wait, you say he's dead, but you didn't shoot him? How did you...
He removed his mortal being from this world of his own accord. Killed by a crustacean.
Oh, let me try to
What
explain.
the hell does that mean, Judge? And why you wearing the judge robe?
As per your suggestion, I waited until the hedonistic repast was delivered and the waiter left the room. It is then that I put on my judge's robe to heighten the effect. Yes, that of the avenging representatives of justice, although I am neither blind nor of the opposite sex. I knocked at the door. They thought it was the waiter who had returned and forgotten something. We were all quite surprised.
I bet I nearly dropped my bloopers.
Lester Elkins Esquire, one of the less competent members of the bar with whom I've had the distinct displeasure of having in my courtroom, greeted me at the door. He was in the act of delivering a rather large piece of Maine lobster into his mouth, and I noticed butter dripping down on what appeared to be one of my expensive robes. Yes, my favorite silk oriental. No doubt my little hummingbird here must have brought it along to savor her betrayal of me.
Theseus, you hate that word.
Who the hell is Theseus?
Oh, my husband insisted I address him as Theseus. Theseus was a Greek king who defeated the Amazon women warriors.
Some matter doesn't surprise me.
Alvin lacked the gravitas. At any rate, well, the revolver got his attention, yes, and Lester was consumed to his fright as he took that piece of crustacean and tried to swallow it. Well, Lothario's ingestion to the floor, he dropped, trying to grasp that fragrant little thing that survives and extinguishes us all, oxygen. But to no avail. Yes, there was my wife, standing alongside, making little bird-like noises. Then she knelt beside her mirror, my nurse Nightingale, and she didn't see that I'd slipped the pistol back into my pocket. And there was poor Lester, clinging to his non-functioning windpipe, thrashing around like a fish in a net waiting to succumb. My wife, ever the dramatic actress, tried to revive him by pouring champagne onto his face. I was able to find out that it was a Monson 1933. At any rate, through her moans of help him, she was muted because she realized that I had caught her red-handed with her lover de jour. Excuse me.
Oh, help me, Jesus.
Jesus.
Well, I tried my best.
I now require the assistance of Mr. Fixit here to help me avoid any negative consequences. You know what I mean. From this rather unfortunate, let's just say, accident.
If the police get involved, everything will be screwed up.
Yes.
My poker game.
And I will be the one escorted to the guillotine when they find out that my beloved was with the deceased, who is now stuffed with lobster and marinating in fine champagne. License expelled.
Not the sound of gentlemen.
Did anybody see you in your robe with your gun?
No. We managed to slip down the back stairs in a very clandestine manner.
Are you sure he's really dead?
I think so.
I better go up the chair. Give me the...
Go for it. I will not betray your confidence. I didn't mention the one who pinned the scarlet letter on my wife. My little flower. If you're not familiar with the scarlet letter.
I went to
it's a-
high school, Judge. They should have sold the A on the apple.
Touche, Mr. Fixit.
I'm taking this in case this crew decides to shoot you, Judge.
An interesting thought.
If he exhibits any sign of life, just feel the need to put another piece of that tasty little fellow down his throat.
I begin to think the wrong guy ate the lobster. What should we do?
Well, we'll figure out what Fix It comes back.
I get the impression that Fixer trusts you, and you don't even trust his grandma.
Okay. I may be able to get your conviction expunged once I'm able to practice.
Fun?
Close. It means that your record will be clean.
First-time offenders seek that the record of their conviction be sealed, making it unavailable to the state or federal authorities.
You're awake, my dear.
No, just ruminating.
I think we should get some coffee for your husband.
There are suspects about me.
You're frightened to death of what might happen if the newspapers get wind of what might just happen. Wife of esteemed judge, found dead in the Guardian Hotel with her dead lover.
Theseus would say, with her deceased paramour.
My little hummingbird. The one who said she's sorry, and said she did it only because I was not paying attention to her wants and needs. I had not been addressing them. Veni, vidi, ibam. I came, I saw, I left. Well, my needs have not been met. Even when they're being boiled alive, lobsters say nothing. A little squeak now and then would help convey the anguished state that they're looking up at us from their pot. We who will consume them by first cracking over their mighty armor. Click, click, click.
Bloody hell, this behavior is dramatic even for you, Theseus.
Those
You
in
always pretend you've forgotten our agreement.
yes, for those in extreme pain tend to show extremes. I sink to the bottom of the pot, all hope having been evaporated.
We don't have time for your theatrics, Theseus.
Theo seems to have an idea on the way out of this, and we all need to listen to him, and that includes you too, Judge.
Yes, you have my undivided attention. I have no desire for Mr. or Mrs. Purdy to be dragged in front of the ravenous lions of the press. They have ears which are not attuned to pleadings and prayers for
Judge,
mercy.
if you don't shut up, I am going to gag you with one of my stockings. With your permission, of course.
Well, the judge and I have indulged on occasion in far more creative practices, my dear.
But don't you see that Leo and Vixen are trying to save their drunken butts?
Intoxicated or inebriated, not drunken.
That's it. Now I understand why you're walking. Now if you put this in your mouth and you can leave it there and do not remove it.
Let me do the inserting or change. Open your mouth, sweet baby.
When he sobers up, we're gonna be in deep
Don't
shit.
you worry about Theseus. I have a lot of experience dealing with enchantment. Who is it?
It's me. And you getting better with that door. What's he?
Oh, nothing to worry about. Just a little training session.
Oh, we're going to be in some deep doo-doo when he comes.
That's okay, it's already been discussed. And his trainer has assured us that if there are any
Repercussions.
Okay, listen, everybody. We only have a little bit amount of time, and we're the only ones that really know what happened, and we need to keep it that way. Okay? That way, it's better.
I hear a lot of we. No, sir. That means you ready to help us, help your people, stick your neck out to do more than give lawyer advice, nephew?
You can count on me.
Now when Spider shows up, we just need to make sure he don't know anything about what happened to the judge, Max.
You think I'm mammying on with the wind or something?
No, but you never know with gamblers. Somewhere down the line, he'll try to trade if he's caught up in some bad business. When trouble comes and the police start looking around, they see all the colors.
Oh, Spider could always tell when I was hiding something.
Well, you said you wanted to be an actress, so act. You say so. They're going to send someone to look for me. If I don't check in, this is so shitty, right? And please, knock the damn door!
No, just get back as soon as possible.
I found this under the sink. They usually keep it there. Probably the maid put it there when she last cleaned this room. A year ago.
Got coffee.
Oh, got some? I'm amazed that it was still there. What with the war, it's been quite expensive.
So fix it and inform me.
What?
I'll tell you that later. Right now, I'm gonna need you to go and...
Get the coffee nice and hot and make sure the judge drinks it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can take it out now, but don't start up again.
Yes. I smell coffee. The enemy of libation makes its presence known.
Just get the judge going on that coffee and keep her filling this mug.
Damn it, fix it! The judge told me there's a convention going on here.
Oh, shit.
Who the hell are all these people, Max? I'm Theo, and this is my room.
Mr. Fixer, this is just my husband and I, temporarily avoiding some disagreeable people, but we brought him on encounter.
He looks in bad shape. He all right?
Another gallon of the bean should help me return to some semblance of normalcy.
Does it always talk that way?
Only when he overindulges.
If you're looking for Vincent, you'll probably find him at the hotel entrance. He's helping some new guests.
Oh yeah, he seemed awfully busy, so you might want to get there now if you're gonna...
You seem awfully anxious to get me out of here.
It's a cabal of the colony.
You tell me what the hell's going on here, Max?
You keep ordering me around, Spider. I don't have to tell you a damn thing.
Tell me whatever I ask.
You keep your spider wigglers off of me.
She doesn't want to tell you.
Ah, there she goes!
There.
You don't want to try that again, Spider. I think so. I graduated from USC and I was a welterweight on the boxing team. Do you know what it feels like to be punched in the face really hard?
Sure. I've been punched in the kisser before, but never really that hard. Besides, I don't want to show up my poker game like I just got into a fight in the alley. It's bad for business. Looks like you got yourself a champion here, Max.
Who is it?
Oh, there he is, Miss Birdie. Oh, I was looking for you, Spider.
I know you got something going on here, fix it, and I ain't got time to get into it. Let's talk. Now, there's a fucking convention going on here, and I got two priests staying in the room next to the one where we're playing poker game.
But they won't.
But my marks don't want to whisper while they're playing poker. They want to cuss and holler. That's all part of it, along with the cigars and whiskey. Now, I need them to feel relaxed. Makes it easier for me to take their money.
So what are you doing? The game is still on.
If you want me to clean up tonight, I'm gonna have to move to this room now.
Oh, no,
Move that table.
not this room. This is Theo's room. I can't. Are they all here yet?
Yeah, in the bar. This room looks like Union Station with all these people. You know what? Maybe I ought to call up the game for tonight. No, I'll tell the guys something's come up, like cops investigating a burglary, checking all the rooms.
No, don't do that. Tonight is when I'm supposed to give a...
I've got a reputation to uphold. I can't look like some back alley operator.
Please don't call the game off, Spider.
Actually, you know what? I think that Fix It actually found a better room for your poker game. It's nice and quiet right down the hall, at the end of the hall.
Yeah. It's a suite. It's a suite. That boxing room, and classy looking, and pressure customers too.
That's more like it.
Suite 733. 23, yeah. You're lucky number. Just let me make sure that the suite is ready, and I'll come down and and I give you the key. Shouldn't take long.
What are you up to?
Nothing. Just want to have everything real good tonight. You know, Spider?
It's 11:45. If you don't show up in 15 minutes, you can say goodbye to your steak cash.
You think it'll work?
Of course it is, because Theo's a lot smarter than you.
Okay, first we need to take care of the judge and his wife.
You really think that this can work?
Yeah, you asked me that before, I do.
Yeah, but I need your help. He's kind of heavy.
Well, why don't you acquire a large hamper, wheel it into the room, and we know it's looking, and then take Mr. Elkins in, cover him with linen, and relegate him to the closet. It's a suite. There's acres of room. It's like the presidential suite.
That's actually a great idea.
We saw it in the Marx Brothers movie.
No idea, it was Charles Chaplin. I recall it well.
I know what you said, Theo, but are you sure you want to get involved in all of this?
I mean, we already are.
Yes, just don't make Mr. Elkins too comfortable on his journey across the sticks.
But if you two are discovered,
Oh, don't worry, fix it. Can you find me like a Bellman's or
I can get you one of mine.
Okay, just a little camouflage just in case.
Now I need to check in. I'll be right back.
Okay, Judge, I need you to
Yes.
sit at this desk.
What is it that you require of me?
Let's just say a little promissory note.
A document of late?
Yes, clarity and conciseness would be appreciated.
Clarity and preciseness, an astute student. I complied with your demand.
and saved your bacon.
The product of what many of the informed say is the most intelligent and delicious of all of God's creatures.
Yes.
Yes, open up. Now, couldn't find a hamper. A cart would do. Now, how's the judge doing?
I am ready to return to my sanctuary.
Got to go check Spider and make sure he's at the bar and hadn't run off with all my money before he get going. But be back soon. Everybody should be ready to get out of here. And nephew, you come with me.
What a handsome young chap. Seems quite sure of himself.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, I noticed how you looked at him. Don't let your lawyer get away.
What makes you think?
I was you 20 years ago, and I ended up marrying a judge.
But I'm not.
Max, is it?
Call me Denise.
Denise. I'm quite familiar with the Guardian. I used to work the penthouse 20 years ago. Although I don't remember there being a room like this.
Are you saying that you?
They used to call me Queenie because of my English accent. She was not me being a wild and pretty young flatbird. I was kind of exotic in his eyes because I was from the motherland. Judge used to take me around and take me to his friends in the Los Angeles legal community. And I would put on the British royalty act. Only later did he find out that his wife used to work the penthouse. I surmise that won't be a problem with you.
No, because Theseus knows.
Good. That'll make things so much easier for you. So, as I was saying, it was the roaring 20s, bobbed hair, short skirts, dancing the Carl Charleston, lots and lots of gin, and of course, wedding parties. That's where we had fun, having sex without actually having sex. It was a bee's knees, as we used to say. I guess it made it easier for me to get in the business. Not a care in the world, and lots of money. That was before the Wall Street crash. Oh, I do so miss dancing the Charleston. Here I used to be a really good dancer, but that was a long time ago when I was a slender young thing like you. Now I have to watch what I wear. If I put on a yellow and black frock, I look like a giant honeybee. But that drunken old fool over there still loves me no matter my occasional escapades. Can you believe that?
Maybe I can.
I'll call you later. An accurate recounting, my dear. nec possum, nec holi, vivere, nec sente. I can neither live with nor without.
It's been a while, Theseus. Let's give it a go in the morning. Then maybe we can drive over to San Monica and visit the grandkiddies. What do you think?
All is forgiven when love flows in both directions.
Amore Chichi. Yeah. My husband insisted I learn a little Latin. That means love conquers all. I didn't meet my husband here at the Guardian, although I suspect that Mrs. Fixit may have been the one who informed on me. Hasn't said anything, but I'm sure he recognized me from all those years ago. Anyway, no.
Open up. Oh, okay. Let's get this over. Ready? Hope nobody from the hotel.
Wait, we will accompany you, Mr. Fixit.
No.
You should stay here with Denise.
Okay.
Look, we'll provide you with cover. You'll simply be escorting a distinguished couple to and from their suite. Perfectly normal.
Yes, I look forward to our caper. Onward!
You still need someone to come with you?
No. It makes sense. I can handle things. Besides, it's a good idea for you to be here in case Spider shows up.
Good luck.
They're now in the hallway, and Pushit is pushing a dead man in a cart.
Judge, Miss Purdy, I don't mean no disrespect, but we gotta hurry up. Let's go. I'm running out of time. This was a great idea, Miss Purdy, to bring the lover boy back to the Theo's room.
As long as we put everything back where they're supposed to be, then we shouldn't have something other than an unfortunate accident.
Well, as soon as the game is over, we'll clean things up and make sure there's only one setting. Don't want nobody looking for you, Miss Purdy.
You choked on a crustacean. That's suspicious.
What the fuck was that?
Crustaceans!
The next morning. Now,
Who is it?
It's me. Fix it. It's Rodney.
It's kind of early, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you might need some breakfast. So I got you some eggs, got you something to study with. I got you some eggs, some bacon, some toast, some orange juice, and a gallon of coffee that lasts you all day.
Why the food?
Oh, let's call it a little celebration. Although you didn't hear how things turned out with Spider and me. $8.
Oh, it was the Purdy's that helped you, not me. Just give me the two.
Oh, no. Just think of it as a down payment for my lawyer's advice on my new cat bill. And by the way, it only took 5 minutes to get everything back in place. I still can't believe how smooth the development court thing worked. Bringing Mr. Elkin back here until the game was over, oh, that's crazy.
I don't think Max was happy staying with that dead body for a few
Oh,
hours.
she's a tough lady. And besides, she was here with you.
I guess you could say that.
Now, I took a sneak picture of the judge with the deceased as a little insurance. In case he decides to back out on his promise when he sold us up. You see, now Spider is, he's ready, he rolled those guys, and he had the right thing. And so, he don't like to lose. His customers don't like for him to lose. So, Spider's gonna have to find him a new place to have his game, and he also gonna have to find him another fixer.
You're like a baker in that suit.
Oh, yes. I never wear my doorman uniform home. Now, when Sarah opens the door, this is how she sees me. She won't have to worry about that anymore.
I didn't know you were married.
All guys my age are married. They don't wear it on the job, and I got 2 boys.
I thought I heard you fix it.
Oh, Morning, Max. And call me Rodney.
Rodney, call me Denise.
Oh.
Max has gone back to Mexico.
Well, if I had known that there was going to be two, I would have brought some extra food.
Oh, nobody's found anything?
As I said before, they'll send someone to make up the room in a couple of hours. They'll find him, and they'll think he had a bad ticker, and the coroner will come, and they'll take him down the freight elevator so none of the guests will find out that sometimes bad things happen here at the Guardian.
Good as back at the farm on George, ain't you?
Hey, bring me some.
Okay. I can tell by your smiles everything was okay.
Yeah.
Theo got the judge to write me a letter of recommendation for a defense job.
Leo is good people.
Good in a lot of ways.
So life goes on from Malapapas.
Who's that, now?
Just learned it from our attorney over here. It's Latin for the wrong kind of people.
Oh. I'm okay with that. Sometimes wrong folks have a habit of ending up right.
That
That
would
you
do.
do.